never getting in touch with their greatness because of the lack of motivation to push themselves, or because they have not found something that they believe to be worthwhile to challenge them. I heard a poem once that said, many a flower has bloomed unceasingly and wasted sweetness upon the cold desert air. It's translated, that means simply that many a talented persons have gone unnoticed, and the world never had a chance to be exposed to their talent because that person did not take the time to begin to express or to demonstrate or to motivate themselves in the direction to bring that which they came into the universe to bring. How can you measure your motivation? How can you evaluate where you are on a scale of 1 to 10? Let's do this for ourselves mentally. How do you rate yourself from 1 to 10? Your mental attitude about yourself, how you feel about you, how you feel about life. How do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of your physical appearance, in terms of your health? Do you take care of yourself? Are you allowing yourself to get overweight and out of shape? Are you conscious of your health? Are you watching the food that you take into your body? Do you make a deliberate effort to exercise? You know, it was George Burns. He said, we cannot help getting older, but we don't have to get old. And many of us get old before our time because we don't take time to take care of ourselves. Your environment is a very good indicator. On a scale of 1 to 10, is it what you want it to be? Do you find it desirable? Are you satisfied? The job or career that you're involved in. Someone said that 85% of the American public are unhappy with their jobs. Are you spending 8 hours a day just doing time? Doing something that you don't find challenging, that does not make you stretch mentally, that does not stimulate you, that does not inspire you. Something that you don't find a sense of fulfillment in it. If you're doing that day in and day out, it has to affect how you feel about yourself, your level of motivation. Your relationships. What kind of impact is it having on your life? Is it nourishing or is it a toxic relationship? Does it drain you or does it build you up? Ask yourself that. How motivated are you to do something about it? Your contribution, your actions. What are you giving? Many people will leave the universe without a trace. No one will know they were here. And in fact, under their name, we could put under there, not used up. Will anybody know that you came this way? What contribution are you giving? What will you leave? What will be different because you came this way? Someone once said that life is our gift to us, that God has given us, and how we live our lives is our gift to God. What kind of gift are you formulating? Is this a gift that you like to take back and do something else before you turn it in? Think about that. What can we do? What are some of the keys that we can begin to use to motivate ourselves when our batteries run low? Because I don't care who you are, I don't care what you do, at some time you are going to get tired. At some time you're going to get in a rut, seem like nothing you do works out right. And sometimes it just seems like you just don't have the wherewithal or the will to do anything. That sometimes you act like you're punch drunk. You're just wading through, like just doing time day in and day out, looking at non-discriminatory television, anything that's on, just looking. And depressed, feeling powerless, feeling useless, and bored. What do you do? How do you get yourself out of a rut? How do you, when you know you can do more than what you've been doing and you're not doing it and you're discontent with where you are, you get angry at yourself. How do you get out of that rut? How do you motivate yourself? One of the things that we must do is that we must be involved in working on achieving self-mastery. You must work on yourself continuously. Never be satisfied with yourself. Always know that as you invest the effort and time on you, that's the greatest ability that human beings have above animals. See, a dog can't be anything but a dog. Tree can't be anything but a tree. Human being, you've got unlimited potential. You can put effort on you, and by concentrating on you and developing you, you can transform your life wherever you are right now. So you want to work on yourself. You want to read books that inspire you and motivate you. You want to listen to tapes over and over and over again. And I suggest that you listen to tapes when you first get up in the morning. You want to control the spirit of your day. When you first wake up in the morning, your mind is operating at 10.5 wave cycles per second. That's when the subconscious mind is most impressionable. Whatever you hear in the first 20 minutes when you wake up, that will affect the spirit of your day. When you listen to tapes, listen with relaxed belief, believing that this can happen for you. And by listening to them, listen to them over and over and over again, and you will get a breakthrough. You can listen to the same tape for months, and all of a sudden, you hear something you never heard before. It have a special meaning for you. Or read the same book over again, and you find some special insight. You said, I can't believe I didn't see that the first time. So you want to be involved in developing yourself. Most people won't do that. Most people won't take that kind of effort and invest that kind of energy in themselves because they will fall prey to that conversation within. Oh, don't do that. You don't have time. You're too busy. You're too caught up in the rat race. Most people won't do that. Well, they won't take time to go to lectures. They won't take time to go to seminars. They won't take time to go to classes to improve themselves. And as you continue to work on yourself, you will begin to expand your vision of yourself. You begin to work towards self-mastery. And you will begin to see it reflect itself in all the dimensions of your life, your mental life, your physical life, your social life, in your relationships, your monetary life. So concentrate on developing yourself. Because if you don't, I guarantee you that you will make a settlement. And most people have. And most of us already have. What kind of settlement have you made with your life? You know, when we make settlements, out of court settlements, you've heard them. That means that you decided to take something less than what you originally wanted to get had you gone into court. And the reason that you settled outside of court is because you didn't believe that you can get it. So you made an out-of-court settlement. Many of us are making an in-life settlement. We're settling for less than what we actually deserve. We don't feel good about it, but we make it work in our minds. We'll come up with some kind of excuse to make it all right. What kind of settlement have you made with your life? Many of us settle for less than what we want out of relationships because we don't have the courage to change them. I had a seminar I used to do called, Are You Living Together or Dying Together? Many people are just dying together. Gladys Knight used to have a song that says, neither one of us want to be the first to say goodbye. The next thing is, in order to begin to find some keys to self-motivation to drive yourself, in addition to working on yourself, and as you work on yourself, you feel good about yourself, and as you feel better about yourself, you treat yourself differently. Develop a health plan. See, you can't.
What's up, 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 everybody? I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week this week. We didn't get on last week, so I hope you guys have a wonderful 2 weeks as we're back on it. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Has anybody been taking what's been learned on these sessions and actually using them and applying the knowledge? Has anybody been applying the knowledge and making money from the knowledge? Right? Let's see who's out there. Good morning, good night. I know some of you guys, it's an early morning and it's a late night. So what's up? Well, let's get it, guys. Let's get it as usual. We're gonna do something a little bit differently today. We're gonna see if we can get through a lot of pairs today. And really, what we're gonna be doing is looking at setups in the market. You know, getting ready to go on into next week. You guys have pretty much, picked my brain and got a lot of knowledge, over these past couple of weeks. So what we're gonna do tonight is we're really gonna hit up many different charts. So if you guys have any particular pair you would like to take a look at tonight, definitely drop it in the chat box. And let's see if I can't get to it. All right, so first pair up, we're gonna take a look at the GBP pairs, right? I told you guys, in last couple weeks, that these GBP pairs, they're mainly gonna be dropping. All right. Most of them are going to be dropping, you know, because the trend has still been down no matter what. All right. So when we're talking about market structure, as you guys know, we want to start really on our higher time frames. Okay. Our daily charts. Our daily charts is going to do what? It's going to tell us the overall bias of where the market is trending, where the market is going. Right. And we can do a lot of crazy things on the daily. Right. But what we want to mainly do is we want to focus on areas in the market, all right, where current price is at, okay? So we don't have to really look all the way back here, all right? So we want to really focus, you know, just around these little areas here, all right? And what we want to do is we want to take a nice little trend line, right? We could just look at this area right here, right? All right, so we can clearly see, you know, basically over the last couple days, you know, and really months a little bit, you know, going back to July, you can see price has been nothing but strictly just kind of like on this little uptrend here, right? It's been trending up, right? So how can we mark that off, right? We want to go to our line chart, okay? And inside our line chart, you know, we want to go, you know, go ahead and grab a little trend line here, right? And start from one peak, the lowest of the low here, right? Or is this one a little bit low? We start from this low, right? From this low peak here, all right? And go to the next, and really just take this line and just kind of just extend it out, just like this, all right? Perfect, right? So when we switch back to candles, we can see, right? This was a perfect line, right? We can see we got nothing here, right? But when we actually switch back to the candles, we know this trend line is valid when we see these wicks, the wicks that's coming off this trend line, right? So we know that's valid. So we know we can easily take this and we can clone it, right? And we can take this line, right? We don't want to move it up or down or anything. We just want to take it, all right? And we want to put it at some type of, at the high, right? So I'm going to pick this high in particular, right? I'm going to connect this endpoint here, you know, to this endpoint. Hopefully I can get some wicks here. Let's see what we can do. Perfect. Just nice little wicks, right? So we have now trapped, just that simple, we've trapped price inside here, okay? So price has been doing nothing but sitting here, going up, moving down, going up, moving down, going up, moving down, okay? The best spots to buy this trade were here, right? Best spots to buy this trade, right? When we're looking at market structure, we want to look at what previously happened, right, to determine our future result that's going to be happening in the market. Every time price came up here, right, it rejected off this area. Okay, we got nothing but major rejections off this area. So let's see, what was this past week's date? It was September, right? Yeah, September 1st. Okay, so let's take a look and see how this looks, right? So when we were coming into the markets right here, right, where was price previously, right? The beginning of on Monday, where was price previously? Price had previously came from the high, right? So we know it had to come and complete, all right? So this is why price dropped here, right? Roughly around Tuesday or Tuesday, Wednesday-ish, okay? Or Wednesday, Thursday-ish, I should say, right? Price rejected off this area yet again, right? Rejections. So just major rejections, okay? So let's take a look. Let's see what we have here now. So what could we be expecting if price comes back down here? What would be the most logical explanation? What would we be expecting this trade to do if we came down here? Right? Bounce back up. Exactly, right? Bounce back up. Okay? So we could potentially be looking, plus we got this huge red candle here, right? It hasn't really overshot the daily of the past, right? Remember in the last session, I was telling you guys about, you know, how the candles will, you know, oversee if the trend is going to completely change, but it hasn't completely overpassed this candle here, okay? So we could possibly still be looking at some type of movement back down to this area to give us this nice movement up, all right? If this doesn't happen, then we're probably going to continuously keep moving up, right? Well, this is where we can go to our lower time frames now. Now that we got an bias, what the market is going to do, all right? We can go to the lower time frames, all right? Our lower time frames are going to be able to show us a little bit more information. So I switched to 4 hour. We can go to 1 hour. It doesn't matter. But let's just stick to 4 hour for a second, right? So take a look at here. As price kept dropping, okay, it kept making higher highs and higher lows, right? Or I'm sorry, lower highs and lower lows. Lower high, lower low, right? Had another lower high here, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So once we saw that, we can clearly take a trend, go back to our line chart, and take a line and come directly off these spots here, okay? And we can just take this and just extend it out yet again, right? And the same thing that we did on the higher time frame, we're going to do it exact same thing on the lower time frame, okay? So once we see that this line is accurate, we can take it yet again and clone it. Always clone your lines, okay? This way, when you want to box price in, you can know a potential of how far price is going to go down, right? And we can just kind of just take this, look at we want to take the major points. So maybe like this here and here, this here, we can see there's a rejection here, right? Switch back to our candles and we can see, oh, now this looks promising, okay? This looks promising. So yet price has rejected. We had many railroad tracks. We had railroad tracks, spikes to the high here, okay? All these spikes to the high. I believe this was what was this? I think, was this NFP? I'm not sure. All right, but we had many spikes to the high, right? So this was an easy trade you could have easily took today, right? Right off the trend line. All these rejections here, we had some here, and we had this rejection here, right? It's the same stuff, okay? So now we're seeing this, and we're saying to ourselves, this has a potential to come right back down here and pull back up. Very simple, all right? Now, when we're looking at this pattern here, right, how can we potentially know that by the looks of it, right? How can we potentially know that this is probably going to pull up, right? I want you guys to pay attention to the direction that this trade is moving in, right? I just drew it there, okay? So typically on a trend, right, on a trend that looks like this, okay, you're going to typically see that on a down when you're going up, okay? You're going to typically see that movement when you're going up. So let me find an example of what I'm talking about here of uptrend. All right, perfect. Here's one right here, right? So I'm going to go back here. Look at how this direction is angled down, okay? You're going to find that same direction. This is how you know it's a continuation move when you see it's angled down just like that. Is that not angled down? Just like this over here, right? It's just on a bigger scale. It's just on a bigger scale, okay? So we're going to be looking for something like this major move here, give us a breakout, possibly come back and retest, and then we can take the trade, right? That's conservatively, all right? It's the exact same thing. Let's see if I can find another example. Just right here. Here's a couple of them, actually, right? Look at how right here it was angled down. Here we had an angle down. Here we had the angle down, right? All those gave you an indication of the direction that price was going to move in, right? That's simply a trend, okay? It's a trend, but the candles may be too much noise for you to actually see it, but it's just a continuation of the trend, all right? So when we're going back here to look at this, this is what we're seeing, a possible continuation of this trend, right? And then, of course, on the daily scale, right, ever since October of 2016, this has been doing nothing, right? Even if we took a trend line here, this has been doing nothing but moving up on the scale, right? This has been doing nothing. So this is a clear uptrend. So the best trade setups for this trade is going to be when we have the potential buy opportunities, okay? When we have that buy opportunity. Why were we looking for the sell? Because we were up here earlier. We were up here in this area, right? And we knew that price had the potential to keep going out here, right? So for aggressive traders, here's your trade setup for GA in particular, okay? Your trade setup is going to be when price comes back down here to this area, okay? And possibly reverse off of it, right? Now, if that's not too easy for you, okay, you could also go in here and, you know, draw like your support, your resistances, right? So obviously this area here is some type of major area of support. Why? Because price reacted off of it. If this is a valid area, we should be able to take this line straight over, and we should see multiple rejections when it's acted as support, when it acted as resistance. So we can see here, it acted as support yet again, okay? So we have all these rejections that we're having here. 1 rejection, 2 rejection, 3 rejection, 4 rejection, a potential 4th rejection to take this trade off. Now, that's aggressive. That's going to be your trade set for aggressive. And what I will do is all the charts that we marked tonight, I will post them so you guys don't forget them. Okay, so that's going to be your aggressive entry. All right, I'm just giving trade ideas. Stop loss could potentially be below this low. Okay, below that low potentially. Take profit. We could potentially head back. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to use this tool. Long position. Okay. I want about an entry there. My take profit is going to be somewhere up here for roughly about GA. We could potentially get up to about almost 150 pips. That would be my first. My first take profit would probably be up here. Honestly, back up to this area because we may get a rejection off here. So my first take profit will probably come somewhere around here, and I'm going to be a little bit there, right? So risking 50 pips, again, about 145. That's about a good risk to reward ratio, all right? Because if price breaks below here, right, and your entry may not be, if you see price get here and it's not giving you any rejections, like you're not getting any type of wicks to the downside. Remember, you need the wicks to the downside that kind of show you candle exhaustion. If you're not seeing that, right, your entry probably wouldn't be till somewhere down in this area, right? Then your stop loss is going to be below here. That's even better, right? So entry somewhere in between here, stop loss below here, all right? That's what I would be mainly looking for in a potential target to come back up here, all right? So that's going to be GA. What you're going to notice about the GBP pairs is once one does one thing, the others will usually follow from it, okay? I'm just all right, cool. Now, if you don't like that, okay, what you could do on a conservative basis is zoom down to a lower time frame, okay? On the lower time frame, you're going to see an established trend yet as well, okay? What you could do conservatively, take your trend line, same thing, and extend it out, okay? Maybe something similar to this, okay? Right? That's an established trend right here. The moment price cuts above your trend line, okay, that's your first indication, okay? That's going to be your first indication. The moment it cuts through your trend line, if it pulls back, that's totally fine. You want to get a pullback of some sort, you could be looking for that entry to go long, right? That's conservatively. That's you confirming the trend, because chances are, if the trade is going to take off and go like this, you're going to have some type of established trend that you can go in here and you can mark. Does that make sense? You can have some type of established trend, right? If you guys remember what I taught you about Fibonacci, right? Those levels, once you see it starting to pull back up and it crosses through there, take your Fibonacci, measure it, right? Let's just say if this was the level, okay? And wait for it to pull back to one of those zones, the 38.2, the 50, or the 68, the 61.8 retracement level. I totally did not mean to just do that, by the way, but yeah, that's pretty accurate. So be looking for that to make some type of movement to the upside. I don't see this constantly dropping, right? There's multiple reasons why. I don't see it dropping much longer. As you guys know, I always talk about the mirror image. It's right here, right? Put a line straight through here, okay? And look, the mirror image is almost done for me. What the left side did, the right side is doing, okay? So eventually this right side is going to have to be copied. It's going to have to. So we're going to have to get this right side over here on this area, right? If you're new to the program, what am I talking about? All right, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. When that right side gets copied, is it my bars pattern? Yeah. When that right side gets copied, we're going to be looking for a potential move, you know, kind of back over here. But obviously, we're going to wait for it to pull down first. All right. So I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's grab maybe like this. Let's grab this right here. All right, cool. Let's flip this bad boy here. Kind of put this together for you guys. Let's see what I can do. All right, something similar to that. There you go. Something similar to that. What we're going to be looking for. The mirror image of this side to be copied right back over here on this side. All right, that's what we're looking for. All right, cool. All right, so that's going to be GA. That's your setup for GA. Be on the lookout for that, right? And I saw somebody post Euro GBP in the chat. Chances are, if this is going one way, Euro GBP is going to be going the opposite. That is the direct correlation pair for the GBP pairs. So be looking out for that. I'll get to that in a second. So let's just switch to GU for a second. All right, let's take a look at GU. Let's see what we got. Daily time frame. Bars pattern. So the daily time frame, right? Look at GU, right? We knew right here was a major area. I told you guys, remember I told you guys a while back, look for that buy, right? It did nothing but reject completely off of it. Just reject it completely off of it. It's been rejecting constantly, okay? So GA, we're looking for that buy, right? We're looking for that buy. Pull down a little bit, look for the buy, right? So if we're looking at this on the daily scale, okay? One, we do have an established trend here, okay? But this comes all the way back to March, right? That doesn't really get us nowhere close to price. So we know based off of this trend line, price has to come back up here, right? It's just been so many rejections here, right? We have to get something, some type of pullback back up to here eventually, okay? So we can keep that. That's valid. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But we want to see what current price is doing. And current price sometimes you have to take a little bit more of approach of an angle, okay? And look at other, higher highs, and extend this down, okay? So here, this looks a little bit more closer to price, right? So it's actually the same thing that I told you guys about GA, where on a smaller scale, you're going to get that impulse, that correction, and continuation move. Look exactly how GU gave you that, right? On this smaller scale, it passed through the trend line. That was your indication. Came back, retested, and broke back out. Okay? So what happens? We usually can find some type of trend once it starts doing that, right? So let's see if we can find it. On the 4-hour scale, we can start here at this low, and we can take this up to here. Okay, now, Jeff, you're probably saying, why did I not do anything with this, right? Because we don't have anything. Look how, if you think about a trend, okay? If you think about a trend for a second, a trend, you will usually get that retracement that comes right back up here, and it keep going down, but you'll have deep retracements. They usually are not very skinny-wise, that comes like this, right? Price don't usually make higher highs and higher lows like this, right? They usually gives it a lot of room, okay? So we haven't got that officially on that scale to look for that, right? So I start at that low, all right? So from starting at that low, you guys are going to be able to see here once I delete this out. All right, cool. So going back to candles, we can clone this line, absolutely. Take it to where we see the highs are at. Here we are, right? These highs started, if I go back to the line chart, right? There was highs here, right? Maybe we could get a wick here. If we do, that'd be wonderful. See if we can get a wick here somewhere. Perfect. We know this is established. Look at here. It's the same thing, different pair. All these rejections right here, okay? This was a false move, right? But look at price. What do you guys think is going to happen if price keeps dropping and gets to here, right? What do you think is going to most likely happen, right? The same thing. We're probably going to get a rejection, and we're probably going to head back up, okay? We'll probably get some type of rejection and head back up, okay? Could price break through here? Absolutely. If you see price breaks through here and it comes back and retests off this trend line, then you should be shooting for back down to here, okay? And on a bigger scale, if it gets back down to here, you know where the trade is going to go from that point on, okay? You know where it's going to go from that point on. All right? So that would be the first move going into next week for GU. All right? Skip around. Let's go to GJ. Right? GJ looks the exact same. Literally. I mean, this pair looks the exact same. Nothing different, right? A big W here, clear as day W, right? We could still take our trend, right? How did I get that? Going to the line chart. I'm taking these highs, each high, right? I probably like this one a little bit better. All right, each high. So I know on some scale, I have to get back up there. Even if I clone this line and take it to the lows, look how that matches up from that low down there. Okay? Look at that. Look at that. Right? So let's say I didn't put a trend line in here. Right? let's see if I can match it out with the Fibonacci to come to one of those levels, right? This is the daily scale. Keep that in mind, right? So here we are. I know I have to get some type of retracement eventually back down to this level if this is going to eventually go back up to here, right? Because we have this established trend right here. How am I doing that? Look, comes back down, possibly around here in this area, these three areas, key levels, and potentially move up. That's bigger scale. That's daily. We know this whole move could happen next week. We don't know, right? We don't know right now. All right, so let's zoom into the 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour, we still have this established trend here. Okay, I think I like this as of right now, right? Because I'm going to clone this here. That is not a clone. I don't know what that is. Let's try that again. Clone it. All right, there we go. Take it to the highs. Take it to the high. Take it to the high. Boom. Same stuff. Right? I believe GJ is going to fall. Look at all these rejections. I'm pretty confident about this. Look at that. Look at all your rejections. Right? So GJ may fall down to here and continue back up. I'm looking for the buy. I know this is a big level on the daily scale. I know this is a huge level of support. So I'm going to be looking for some type of buy movement. Right? So GBP pairs be looking for buys, every last one of them. All right? Let's skip. Let's go to USD CAD. Okay? UCAD, right? Just on the 4 hour, since we're here, right? Let's take a look. What do you guys see? You tell me. Somebody tell me, what do you see if I do this? UCAD, what do you see? Mirror image. Exactly. Mirror image. Okay, left side is creating the right side. Right? Look at here. If you guys did trade NFP, this was probably the easiest trade to trade today. Look. Look at that. Nothing but down movement. Or if you took this trade up here, this was the 4th, so this was actually not NFP. That was Wednesday. Anybody catch this move on CAD? I don't know. That may have been CAD News or something. Right? I guarantee you this was some type of CAD News. Anybody catch that? All right. I didn't catch it. But yeah, we got the mirror image. Same thing, right? Even if I take it to the daily scale, okay, the daily, well, I see all these candles here. That's really big daily, right? So I'm still looking at the mirror image. I haven't really got an established trend yet, right? So I know this kind of has to pull back. In an instance like this, if I see something like this and I don't really see anything major, the only sort of trend line I see is possibly if we took it from this low and pulled it up to about something like here, maybe. Okay, let's just do that actually. Why not? Right? What if we did this from this low? Price is doing what? What is this? It's breaking through, right? So what should we be looking for next? Okay, what should we be looking for next to happen here?
Retest.
There it is. Retest. Get some type of pullback. And then what? Right? We got the mirror image.
Down.
We keep selling. We keep selling. Right? Why am I saying a retest off this zone? Well, let's look at here. Even if we were to put support right here, why did I draw it right there? Because every time price hit this area, it rejected, it rejected, it rejected, it rejected. It finally broke through, okay? Just like any other area, right? Let's look at it in the past, okay? When price breaks through an area of support or resistance, it will come back and retest. Man, if this don't, y'all, I'm just being honest with y'all. Does this not look like this over here? Then I look at it. Look at that. If this doesn't look like this over here, I mean, if y'all can't see that, maybe if I put this line in here like that. Look at that. Looks almost identical. I mean, what is this Forex market coming to? This is madness. Like, you're giving us setups. I mean, it's just like clear as day in our face here. I mean, guys, if you don't take this trade, I don't know. You know, drop a 0.01 on it. Let me know how it works out. You know. But yeah, retest and continuation move down. It's our only logical explanation. You know, and that's kind of what I would be looking for going into next week, honestly. Retest of some sort and pull back down. That's simple. So that's USD CAD. All right. UCAD. UAD. Is that even a pair? I don't know about UAD. I don't even think I've ever traded UAD. USD AUD. No. It is now, right? Exactly. But same thing, right? Look, I guess this is a mirror image of UCAD, but I mean, it's the same stuff. Look at here. This was support, right? Maybe look for some type of retest and keep selling it. This thing's got a long drop ahead of it. A long drop. Wow. All right, UJ. I know I got some UJ fans, right? Apparently, I drew this up for you guys a while back. Oh, look. Mirror image. Right? Look at this. Mirror image. What's already happening? The image is being created. Look. I told you guys. I said, look, this is going to pull up off this. That's exactly what it did. It pulled right up off of it. So UJ, right? I'll keep that. That's going to happen. Man, that's going to be some good stuff. Right? So UJ, we're following. Well, I'll take this off. We're following this trend here. It's a 60-minute trend. It's up. It's moving up. Clone this line. Right? If I was to clone it, inbox price in. Always box your price in, guys. Box it in. Why not? Right? Let me just move this out of here out of the way so you guys can see. Okay? Boxing it in. Look. Right? What do you guys think this is the first half of? What does this look like? Just this right here. Right? What does this look like the first half of? There it is. Hey, Shanice is on fire right now. She's on fire. Well, look, the M. The first half of the M. Maybe we'll get a retest. We know this has to come down and touch this area, right? I'll get to gold in a second. All right, but look, that's your trade. That's UJ. That's your trade. Simple, easy, easy peasy, right? Everybody's asking about gold. Let's go to gold, okay? Gold. Man, did I really mark this up right here? Okay, let's look at it. Now, gold, I don't really like to go on a daily scale anymore because, you know, it just, the daily scale is too many pips on gold right now. This pair is crazy volatile. So I'll really stay with this 1 hour, right? I'll find my trends on the 1 hour. But if we look here, let's just draw some support, some resistance, easy stuff, right? Major area of resistance, okay? We had a major area of support here, okay? Came back, retest, right? So honestly, when I'm looking at this, yet again, I'm looking at another mirror image. If I were you, right? Because anything could happen right here at this level, okay? Anything could happen at this level, right? So we want to keep in mind at this level. But, right? So let's just mark this off. Let's do the same stuff, right? Let's just say we mark this level. Two things. Either for gold personally, right? If you're a gold trader, I would be looking to put a sell stop like right here, okay? Because this could easily pull back up to here, okay? We don't know. It could pull back up. This was resistance. This was support, right? So it could easily pull back up, right? But I would be looking maybe from the mirror image, it hasn't completed to come down to here yet, okay? When gold gets down to here, we're probably going to get some more consolidation. We'll probably get a lot of consolidation such as this right here, okay? Flip this. We'll probably get a lot more consolidation over here. I want to, no, it's not what I want. I want, personally, I want all this. That's what I want. Flip this. See if I can connect it. There you go. There's your mirror image. Potential. All right. You're probably going to get something similar to this on gold. Possibly. I don't know. We could get to this level here. If we get to this level, definitely, I would definitely be looking to, you know, for sure buy at this level. Don't do it. Do not sell at this level. Definitely be looking to buy at this level. And honestly, if you're patient enough, I would personally wait for the trade to get to that level. I would wait for it to get right here because there's nothing else this trade. I don't see this trade breaking through here right now. I just don't see it happening. You know, you're going to have to get some type of pullback. I mean, that's with gold, that's a 100 pip pullback. It's a 100 pip pullback, you know? So I'll be looking out for that for gold. You know, be looking out for that. Let's see. All right. Any questions so far? You can unmute yourself. If you have questions so far.
Does the mirror image always happen, Jeff?
Always. Always. Mirror image is always going to be there. Never fails. Never fails. All right. Good question. Let's take a look at, since it's the weekend, right? Let's look at Bitcoin. Oh, how did I not take this trade? Oh my gosh, let's look at this guy. Oh man. Wait, did I give y'all this trade? I think I gave y'all this trade. For Bitcoin. I don't even remember it. But look, guys. Look at all these rejections that we've had here. I think Bitcoin dropped today, actually. But look, why did it drop? Multiple rejections. This level here, okay? Now, eventually, we're going to break out of this, okay? But right now, for Bitcoin, right? Somebody asked me, does mirror image always happen? You know, look. There it is again. These pairs just must be dropping this time. I don't know what's going on. Look, there it is on Bitcoin. Why? Man, this was a major sell. I can't believe one of y'all didn't warn me about this. But look, just dropped. Okay, so we're sitting here on this level right here. All right, could we potentially get a pullback? Yes, but I'll be looking to soon buy Bitcoin when it gets down here. And honestly, if you buy it, you probably sooner or later, if your take profit is going to be here, but it'll probably end up breaking out soon. Probably breaking out. Right? Because it's like a balloon. We're getting too tight inside this area. So eventually we gotta keep going right. We can't go left. So we gotta keep going right. The chart has to keep moving. So we're gonna get some type of movement out. If we get this movement to the upside, right, we could buy Bitcoin, wait for a retest, and keep buying that thing back up. We could keep buying it right back up. Okay? If we get the break to the outside here, look for the retest, and we could short it, coming back down to about this area here. Okay? All right. So that's going to be your Bitcoin trade. Be looking out for that. All right. Let's see. Any others? What did I miss? So yeah, I will be definitely on tour with Dr. Cathy next year. So yeah, we will have personal trainings soon, boot camps, hosting all day, every day. All right, let's look. Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ethereum. All right, same stuff, guys. It doesn't matter. I promise you. Let me guys tell you something. Forex is so powerful, guys. You don't understand. Once you learn Forex, you learn stocks, you learn commodities, all that good stuff. It's the same stuff every single time. I'm going to go to Apple here in a second, see if I can mark Apple up. I don't even trade Apple. But, just to prove a point. But Ethereum, let's do it. Line chart, right? Daily scale. Okay? We had this. What happened? Broke out, retest, and continued going down, right? So we're looking at this now on the lower time frame, looking at this trend that's established. This is an established trend, right? We have lower highs and lower lows, right? Line charted yet again. Let's connect it. We can start from the highest point and just kind of just work our way down, right? Just like that. We could do that. Make it a little bit more accurate. A little bit more accurate. Something like this. Okay? And when we connect this, cloning it, bring it down, right? Find those low spots. Here we are. Okay? Go to my line chart and make sure I'm, pretty much on it. I'm going to bring it up just a little. I'm looking for a wick here. Maybe I can get a wick there. If I do, right? I know this is accurate. Boom. Boom shakalaka. Okay? Boom shakalaka. Look at here. What do we got? We're at some type of support area. Whew. Only got one option, honestly. Only got one option. Honestly, I'm thinking this. I'm thinking this. I'm going to stretch this over. Okay. See where we're at over here. I'm thinking this. I'm really thinking this. Why is my bias that? Let me show you why. All right. Let's go back. Does this right here not look like this? Look at the direction. Pay attention to the direction. Look at it. Does it not look like that? Right? Pay attention to the direction. Look at the direction it's angling down. Does it not look just like this? Right? This is a little bit different one, but look. Okay? Look at the direction. Look at the direction this is flagging out, right? It's the same thing here. So my bias is that, right? For confirmation basis, wait for it to pull up. If it pulls up, breaks out of there, wait for the retest, okay? And then buy it. You can probably buy it back up to this high. Or buy back to this trend line. That's Eurythmium. You could probably buy it right now, honestly. But if you want confirmation, do that. All right. So that's Eurythmium. All right. So the only thing that alters these patterns are news. So the thing about news is typically with market structure, news goes in the direction, right? When you're dealing with market structure, news is going to go in the direction that it's intended. So if you're at some type of level of resistance, news is going to go with it. If you're trending down on market structure, news is going to go with it. Look, news. This is news, probably. This is probably news or some sort. Push this down. News is going to go in the direction of market structure. Okay? All right? In market structure, a higher high is always going to be a higher high, and a higher low is going to be a higher low. It's the same thing, vice versa. Okay? So that's some setups for next week. If you guys got any other pairs you want to look at, I don't mind looking at it. It's Saturday. It's cool. So I'm going to open the lines up now, just simply for any questions. Anybody got any questions? Anybody learn anything new tonight?
Yes, I learned something. I just have to get better at drawing those lines.
Okay.
And do you always do on daily and then drop down to, if you have a smaller account, you want to trade on the 15-minute or the 30-minute, right? Or the hour?
Not necessarily. You can trade on any, it doesn't matter if you have a small account. A setup is going to be a setup on a daily scale, bigger scale. You just may have to put a lower lot size to go for bigger pips. Okay. You may have to put a lower lot size, trading something like these cryptos here. Here's a W formation, by the way, guys. Trading something like these cryptos, you may have to, I would recommend go to a lower scale on this to find the exact pattern that you're looking for, and then take your entry.
Okay.
But I don't know how many times I've seen this, guys. Look at this wick to the downside. What I've told you guys about the wicks to the downside. That tells you where they want to go. I've seen that so many times play out in the market. Wicks to the downside. Look, turns around. Wicks to the downside, turns around. Okay? Wicks to the downside, turns around. They're literally telling you what's about to happen. So be looking out for that. All right. What other questions you guys got? I see somebody got their hand raised.
Yes.
Samsung. Yeah,
I was asking when you're trying to analyze using the market structure, you don't. Does it apply to the lower time frames like 15 minutes? Because I've seen you do mostly 4 hours and daytime.
Yeah, so I use my 15 minute It's for your smaller scale. Your 15 minutes is just to go down, you know, you can box price in on your 15 minute. All right. So let's say if I was looking at GBP CAD, or I'm not gonna use that one. Let's say I was looking at, let me find Euro GBP. Right. What we're doing is top down analysis. Okay. So watch this. So say we took Euro GBP, right? And we started from the daily scale, okay? Well, for one, right, you got to ask yourself, these candles are dailies, right? There's a lot of daily candles here, okay? So you don't need to mark every last trend line you see here, right? Look at here, ask yourself, you say, how many days do you see this has been going down, right? If you see this has been going down over the past, all the way from August 9th, chances are it's a downtrend, okay? So you can start on your daily time frame. You go to your line, like here. Draw it down, right? That's your daily. You can clone this, right? Put it something like right here in this area. So you're connecting here, these high points. Euro GBP, all right? 4 hour, okay? Your 4 hour is just gonna show you your daily, okay? It's gonna show you that. But you can start to see a lot more levels, maybe support, resistance. Check that out there, okay? Now I can go down to my 1 hour if I like. Okay, now I can see on my 1 hour for the past, this is where you have to ask yourself this question. For the past, I don't know how many hours, since September 5th, this has been trending up. So on the 1 hour, this is a uptrend on the 1 hour. So I could take a line chart on the 1 hour. There it is. I could clone it. Do the same thing on the 1 hour scale. Okay? Boom. So now I'm like, multiple rejections here, multiple rejections here, multiple rejections here. Chances are this is probably going to go in the opposite direction. Jeff also told me that this pair goes in the opposite direction at the GBP. So if GBP is dropping, your GBP is going to be rising. 15-minute scale. Okay? Now I'm at the 15-minute. I'm looking at this hourly trend, and I'm going in here, and I'm saying, all right, let's go. Multiple rejections here. My only bias for this high probability trade, this is on the 15-minute. It's also an uptrend as well. I'm probably going to be looking to buy. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yes.
Question for you, Jeff.
Yep.
You pick different trend lines, meaning this was a clone line. The next, when you did Bitcoin, you did the triangle. And then when you did gold, you didn't do the slanted channel, you did the straight. What causes you to pick which one? Hopefully I'm clear with that question, man. Sorry.
All right, so gold, you talking about as far as just regular support and resistance like that?
Yes, you did regular
So,
support and resistance. You didn't trap
what
price.
I'm looking at, when you're looking at trades, you want to look at what you see. All right, and that just at the time I saw this. I could have came in here, and there's nothing wrong with that. I could have came in here and drew this trend line here. And then I could have cloned it. Just like that. But regardless, I still get the same bias. Even if I did this, I'm still getting the same bias. My bias is still going to be looking for a buy because I see this came off this area, right? I want to buy low and I want to sell high. So my bias is still probably going to be looking for, if I was to look at this, if I cloned it like this, I would probably be saying, okay, maybe this will pull down to here, touch this line, and then still, I'm probably still going to buy this back up, right? I'm probably going to buy this back up. Just like Jeff said, right, if I take this away, he said it could potentially have a sell stop order placed here to catch it to come down to here because it could keep dropping to this level, right? So if I did that, let's just say if I extended this line out, it's gonna meet right up to that. See that? See how that all connected? Which gave me
Yes.
my same
Yes.
exact bias as putting these in here. Right? So it's just what you see, right? Just because you guys see I may throw a markup in the chat or something, and you may not have the exact same markup. But if you have the same bias as I do, your markup's brilliant. It's good. It's good markup.
Are your videos in YouTube
Yes,
channel?
they are. Mm-hmm. Of
Awesome stuff, man. Thank you so much.
course. Yes, the tool to mirror. All right. So mirroring tool, you go over here. It is about the 5th panel, 6 panel down. You go to bars pattern. Okay. And you can literally take it from one, whatever you want to clone here and here. Right. And usually what I do is I just take it and I flip it. I flip it. And I take it to where I need it to be. Just like that. Let's just say if I wanted to clone that right there. All right. Okay. Any other questions before we get out of here?
So one more question. When you are looking at the mirror, so I tend to understand that the market structure, it doesn't matter the kind of news, but the news will have to respect the market structure, right?
There you go. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because I don't know, we could possibly have some high USD news getting ready to come out next week. I don't know, maybe around the 8th, 9th ish, and maybe it'll spike this thingy up. You know, I don't know. Let's just, you know, for kicks and giggles. For some reason, it doesn't work on my Forex Factory. But let's just see if we have some high news coming out next week on Forex Factory around the 8th, 9th for USD. Let me look. You know, just for kicks and giggles. So the 8th. Nothing on the 8th. No, nothing on the 9th. Anything next week? All right, so we got some crude oil inventories on September 11th. So next week, September 11th. Chances are by September 11th, which is going to be here, price is probably going to be consolidating. Right? It'll probably if it makes it to this level, we're probably going to consolidate on this level for a little bit. So we may as well see this crude oil inventory spike this thing up like something over here. I mean, every time it literally got to this level, it's something. This is news, okay? This is news. This is news. That's news. This is definitely news, right? So we had to get to this level. So maybe around 11, you know, possibly be looking at your charts for gold to, I don't know, buy, maybe. If it's down here at this level, anyway. If it's down here at this level, I would definitely be looking for a buy. I wouldn't be looking for a sell. Yes, I will post all these charts. The recording will be on YouTube. Recordings will be on YouTube, and the charts I will post them in the I will post them in the different groups because I know that this got posted in different groups today. It should be up. Maybe the recording be up sometime tomorrow. Can you provide the compound chart that you're able to make monthly withdrawals while still compounding? So there's different. I mean, it's just different compounding charts. I don't have a particular one. I mean, I have a particular one that I use. But your compound chart is really going to be based off your type of trader you are. You know, if you're a swing trader, you may have a compounding chart for swing trading, or you may have a compounding chart for, you know, catching 5-10 pips. So it just depends on the type of trader that you are. Yes, I'll drop my YouTube channel in the chat right now. Go subscribe, like, and share my YouTube channel right here. All right, so there's my YouTube channel for anybody that doesn't have it. All right,
Jeff, I
cool.
have one quick question.
Yeah.
So I know this was basically market structure, support resistance, and so forth. Have you ever noticed where the movement of the candle may take precedence in support and resistance? Meaning like a railroad, when you see candles that pop up as a railroad or doji, and it may change the direction. Does that question make sense?
Yes, absolutely. So,
Okay.
yeah, market structure comes with learning your candlestick patterns, and I'll talk about the candlestick patterns one day, guys. But typically, like railroad tracks, this was a railroad track here. Typical. If you want to learn something about candles, on my YouTube channel, I believe it was the last session that we did where I went over candlestick patterns a little bit, the wicks, the railroad tracks, the dojis, the cord of wood, something like this here, different ones. But typically, yes, you will see this is what I would be looking for. My best advice for you is if you mark up your charts, okay, and you see, if you just mark up support and resistance, okay, and you see price coming back to that area, right? So let's say, for instance, right here, right? If this is a resistance area, okay, you could say this was clear resistance from this rejection. If you see this area coming back, something like here, and you see a railroad tracks, that could be your entry to potentially go short, okay? But as you can see, no strategy is perfect. Here's a perfect railroad track. Why did this not drop? It dropped a little bit, but it didn't keep going. That's because they extended it a little bit, but it eventually ended up dropping. So I don't particularly rely on them, but they are good to know. That's my advice.
Thank you.
Is the cloning just available in the paid version of TradingView?
Are you talking about like just me putting the line here, or the?
No, the cloning part, because I'm trying to find it on my TradingView and I don't see those bars.
No, you should be able to go down to this tab here.
I don't have that tab.
You don't have this tab? It should be there. It's not.
Okay.
I don't think it's part of the. It's not part of. I know for a fact it's not part of the paid version. Well, it is still part of the paid version, but it is part of the regular version as well. But you should see this tab. You don't see bars pattern or ghost feeder anywhere, or long position, short position, forecast. It should be all there.
No, you're right. I do see it. Thank you.
Got it? Cool. Perfect. Right. And don't be scared to clone your charts either. I mean, cloning your charts will tell you, and boost your confidence up, because once you see the trade get to where you want it to be at, cloning it will just kind of give you a reminder that, hey, this could potentially do what it did over here on the left side, which, chances are that's what happens all the time. You can find that on the 15-minute chart cloning. You can find that on the 5-minute chart, even the 1-minute chart. You're going to see it everywhere. I mean, just look here. Here was an M formation. If you put a line right here, it cloned there. Or this was a W formation. If you put a line right here, what did it do? It came right back here. Like, it's literally bouncing from each cloning. If I put a line right there, this left side painted over here. It just kept dropping. That's fine. No big deal. That's because there was a bigger scale of cloning right here. If you take a look, right? That's just how price moves. Price literally moves from one zone to the next. That's all it does. All right. Did I answer everybody's questions? Just want to make sure. All right, perfect. So like I always, guys, if you enjoyed tonight's session, definitely shout me out on Facebook. Follow me on the YouTube channel. Type in 2 in the chat box right now. If you definitely enjoyed tonight's session, you learned something new. Oh, perfect. Wonderful, 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 guys. And that's what makes me keep coming back. As long as you guys are learning, I'll always be willing to teach. So without that, guys, this is Mr. Invest with Jay, also known as Jeff Moneymaking Kirkland. I'll catch you guys next week on the next session. You guys have a good night. Have a good weekend.